Okay, even though this is not going to be a math video, but I would still like to do this with you guys because this way you guys can get to know me a little bit more, and also I can show you guys how to think. But this time it's not thinking mathematically, but rather it's more like psychological thinking. And if you guys have any other questions that you would like to know about me, please leave comments down below. Maybe I can make more videos for you guys later on. Alright, today I would like to ask you guys the following. Please take a guess on what my first job was, and then right here I have these 5 choices for you guys. And as you can see, there's no way for you to do like calculus or abstract algebra to figure out the answer, right? And if you just want to blindly guess, you only have a 20% chance of getting this question right. So the question is there anything that you can possibly do? Maybe you can cross out some of the choices, so that way you can increase your chance of getting this question right, or maybe I should say, guessed it right. But as always, please pause the video and try this first. However, this time, please just be honest, and then maybe you want to think about it carefully first, right? And I will be back to talk about the solution to this. Okay, hopefully everybody had a chance to try this, and I'm going to go through the comments to see what you guys think. And as I said, there's no way for me to do calculus to figure things out, right? And let me just tell you guys the most powerful method of doing the multiple choice question is, of course, the process of elimination. So let's just go through the choices and let's see if we can get rid of any, and that way we can guess this right. Okay, how many of you guys chose I was an English tutor first? And if you guys really did choose English tutor for your answer, I just want to say thank you so much. But unfortunately, this is wrong because I am not good in English at all, as you guys know already, right? So yeah, no. All right, choice B. How many guys chose math tutor? Well, in fact, I'm also going to cross this out because this right here is too obvious, right? And let me just tell you, this is actually my second job. But this is too obvious, and whenever there's an option that's too obvious, you know that's usually wrong. So I'm going to cross out that as well, and hopefully the answer is one of these 3. And now, if you look at the rest 3, these are all like restaurant places, and let's see, how about Panda Express? Well, I'm also going to cross out Panda Express because they sell Chinese food, and then this is also like too obvious, maybe it's even too stereotype, so let's avoid that as well, right? And now we are down to McDonald's and Burger King. And if you actually cross out these 3 options, you have a 50-50 chance, right? 50% chance of getting this right. And that's, of course, much higher than 20%. Well, the answer to this is McDonald's. I almost wanted to circle Burger King just to trick you guys. And the truth is, I misspelled Burger King on purpose. So in fact, you could have crossed this out as well, because if this was actually my first job, I wouldn't misspell that. And because of this, you should also cross out English tutor as well. But anyway, that was me when I was 17 years old, when I was a senior in high school, working at McDonald's. So you guys can see some pictures right here. And I also want to tell you guys about my high school art teacher, Mr. Sergio Salas, because he was the one who helped me to get my first ever job at McDonald's. And the story is, there was one day after school, I went to his classroom and he was still there. And I just asked him, I said, Mr. Salas, I really wanted to work. How can I look for a part-time job? Because I'm from a low-income family and my parents, they work really hard, but they get paid really little. And at that time, I really just wanted to work, make some money so I can support my parents financially. Mr. Salas, he didn't hesitate. He took me in his car and then we were just going around places near school. We went to several places, including Burger King, McDonald's, and the real Burger King. And not only that, he just took me to places, but he showed me in person how to walk to the manager and ask for a job application. all I had to say is, all I had to say is, may I have a job application? That's pretty much it. But back in the days, nobody have ever shown me before, and then as a teenager, I wouldn't have the guts to do so neither, right? And I really thank Mr. Salas for doing that for me. I will never forget about that. It's been so many years, and I still remember him, and I still remember that moment. And I believe he was definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to become a teacher, because helping others is just amazing. It's just an amazing feeling. Sometimes teaching math is good, but what I wanted to achieve is that I can build a connection with my students or help them, not just within the classwork, but rather it's like outside. That would be really amazing, just like what Mr. Salas did for me. And I was really lucky because there was one McDonald's place. He also told me that after I submit the job applications, right, I should keep calling them. And I just kept calling this particular McDonald's. And I was lucky because I actually got the manager's attention, and then I got the interview. So I went to the interview. And of course, I told Mr. Salas, hey, I got the interview, and then I was really excited. But anyway, during the interview, I met up with the manager first, but the manager told me to sit at the table to wait for him. But I waited for him for an hour. I was just sitting there because I wasn't sure if he was just going to test me my patience or not. And I didn't want to leave, and yeah. But I just sat there for an hour at the table, and eventually he came back and he interviewed me. And the interviewing was actually just asking me for my availability, and I told him I can work during the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. And during my senior years, I actually worked there for about 8 months. And I was working about 20 hours per week during the weekends. I was making minimum wage, but it was a wonderful feeling. Especially that was the first time that I realized I actually have to go out and speak English. And then, and deal with other people, deal with the outsiders and things like that. And I also want to thank Diego, who was my first manager, who the person who hired me, and then Carolina, my manager as well. They took good care of me. I was really thankful for them. And then, And in fact, I became a math tutor about 2 months after I got the job at McDonald's. I was tutoring at my high school as a senior. And maybe I will make another video on my experience of being a math tutor when I was in high school at community college. If you guys were to see, just leave a comment down below. And that's about it. I will tell you guys, without this job, I wouldn't become independent and I wouldn't become confident. So it's wonderful. And of course, I thank Mr. Sergio Salas forever because of that. Anyway, this is it.